Hello, beer tubers, and welcome to another beer review with me, Peter, the master of hoppers. Today, checking out some more beer from Parish. Some more variations on their Ghost in the Machine, which is arguably the beer that put Parish on the map. So I got these on Beer Dome once again. Thanks a ton to Beer Dome for the beer. They just had another American beer release, not as big as the last one, but they had some Parish. They also had some Brewery, where I was like, what? They had some really limited brewery beers. 21 Black Tuesday Grand Reserve, and also Dark, not Rain, but Rain, and a couple of other barrel-aged beers that were really high rated. And I was like, okay, let's try them, because it's super rare that the brewery puts out super rare. What am I saying? Hello, beer tubers, and welcome to another beer review with me, Peter, the master of hoppets. Today, checking out some more beer from Parish, the brewery famed for Ghost in the Machine, and this is variants on that beer. So this set of beers I got from Beer Dome, so thanks to Beer Dome for the beer. Link for the web shop is down below. They recently had a huge American drop, well, a little bit smaller than the previous one they had, but still a lot of cool stuff. Quite a few variants of Ghost in the Machine. I think it was like double dry hop, no, regular hopped, the baby, and the infinite versions. And then they also got a good selection of quite limited beers from the breweries that were really highly rated, like Black Tuesday Grand Reserve from 21, Dark Rain, and also a few others. One of them was almost 4.7 on Untapped, which is crazy. Like, holy shit, that's really high. And I think the last time I tried brewery beers, some of the more classic brews that I loved back in the day, I was a little bit disappointed. But I loved their Christmas beer I had, I think earlier this year. I drank a little bit after Christmas. The gingerbread stout. There's been a few that's been really good. I was like, let's try and get some brewery. And I would love to also just try these extreme or crazy versions of some of these very renowned beers that I used to trade for back in the day. So they had them on Beer Dome. I still think they have a small amount left, so check them out. Link for the shop is down below. So let's check these out. We got two variations on Parish's Ghost in the Machine, and we got the Baby Ghost and the Infinite Ghost. Infinite Ghost is arguably the most hyped of all of them. This is just the most heavily hopped version of Ghost in the Machine, or at least the most layered one, where they use all kinds of hop products. The idea behind Baby Ghost is making Ghost in the Machine in a sessionable format, but with the impact of flavor as some of these variants. So this is a double dry hop 5.5% IPA. I mean, it's already too strong to be called a session IPA, I guess. But I guess they also said something beyond micro IPA. I don't know what you should call this. 5.5% IPA, I guess. But yeah, really impressive that they went all in with hops in such a low strength beer. And that's also, of course, why they called it Baby Ghost. And then Infinite Ghost is 8%. It's double IPA. I think it was 8%. And then it's layered with all kind of hop products. But I think we should, of course, start with the lower ABV version. These were packaged a little over 2 months ago now on the date of consumption. So they're still reasonably fresh, but I'm not sure if they're going to be the same crazy pop if you guys drink them really fresh. But I'll say I can really smell Citra in the room, because these beers are all about Citra hops. That's the only hop used in this. So this is brewed with 100% of their hand-selected Citra. They crop select Citra. They have, I'm guessing they use loads of Citra because of this beer. So they, of course, have crop selected Citra that they use on this. So Baby Ghost 5.5%, double dry hopped 5.5% IPA. That's crazy. So pours a very saturated looking golden yellow color with some orange hues. It's got a bit of a white head. Let's check out the aroma. Very orangey, this one. You can definitely smell it's a lower strength beer. One of the things I'm really impressed by, the room right now smells crazy good. These guys must have insane control over dissolved oxygen in their beer, because they smell so vibrant still. I'm getting so much mandarin orange and tangerine right now on this one. This smells so explosive. This does not smell like a session IPA. It also smells it has some body. There's some sweetness to it, some juicy, sweet citrus fruit notes. There's even tropical vibes. There's a bit of mango, even some pineapple, and a touch of dampness. it smells really good. A big medley of exotic fruits. In Denmark, we talk about mon juice, or just like multi-fruit juice, multi-juice. It's kind of like that. It smells really good. Let's try Baby Ghost. Cheers, and thanks to Hunter Beer Dome for the beer. That is exactly multi-fruit juice. Holy shit, that is impressive for a beer of this ABV. You can definitely feel it's a 5.5% beer, that it's lower strength because it's not as rich in the body, but I don't mind that at all. Like this got a lot of fucking hop flavor for what it is. It's so much of that multi-fruit juice, like peach, apricot, pineapple, mango, orange, tangerine. Really drying, bitter finish with like herby notes. Like this is pretty well done. Like session-y IPA. It's not technically style-wise correct. I think session IPA max ABV is 5%. I guess pale ale almost. I don't know. It's too hoppy for pale ale, but who cares? It's like Trillium also done like the super hoppy versions of Fort Point. Double dry hop Fort Point. Double dry hop hazy pale ale. This is such a great iteration of this beer. Like, fuck, man. I don't think you could crush too many of them, but because you can feel it's got some bite. It's intense. It's got that chloride kind of bite to it. It's a hefty beer, but it's really nice. Like, I think if this was like a West Coast IPA version of it, around this ABV, it would be more sessionable because there's not like that much hop matter in suspension. But like, fuck, this has got a lot of flavor. It's the body's fairly fluffy, but it's definitely got a big dryness to it because of all the saturation of hops. And this is not oversaturated, which is really nice. I was also very careful with rolling and stuff with these cans because I think I've fucked up a couple of beers by rolling stuff into suspension because they've just been too much. What a great showcase of Citra in a really sessionable package. So let's move on to Infinite Ghost. This one it also has their selected Citra, but alongside that, it also has, let's see, so they dialed it to infinity, they said, with the hop additions. They've also used Citra terpenes in this. That's a thing a lot of people do now. Like there's some companies in the States that work with terpenes and stuff to add to IPAs. Which is something you also find in cannabis, and it's something that can create fruity flavor. It goes into a lot of this. I don't think it's the terpenes. I think actually it tastes fruity. It's not like the biotransformative stuff, thiols. I think that's a bit different where you need a yeast that can unlock it. But I've had a couple of beers with terpenes, also hazies. It's been really good. But yeah, they have that in there, and then they also add Citra Spectrum through mid-fermentation, which is a flowable hop extract from Bad Haas. I'm sure this is going to be really, really intense, so let's check it out. I think pretty much everyone I know who's had this has loved it. And they have almost the same packaging date. So Pour is a very, very, very hazy color, very murky. It's definitely got a better head than the recent obscenely hot beer I had, which was from Toppling Goliath. But yeah, it just looks crazy. It looks like hop cum. It's just hop soup. It's nuts. So yeah, let's check out the aroma on Infinite Ghost. That smells like a fucking bag of weed. Holy shit, that smells so much like weed. Is that the Citra terpenes? Like this is more fruity and juicy. This smells just like straight fucking weed. Like holy shit. Fuck, there's so much fucking weed to this. Like, this is one of the most dank smelling beers I've ever smelled. Like, sometimes I talk about dankness in a lot of beers. And most of the time, I think, well, it depends on the style, depends on the hops. Some hops have more of that weedy dankness than others. And sometimes it's like fruity weed. And it's like a hop version of it. Where it's like, it's fruity, it smells like hops, but it has like these cannabis notes. This smells like smelling a bud of fucking cannabis. Like, that's crazy. But with underlying intensely juicy notes. Fuck, this is so dank. Like, so much sticky icky. There's also like something in there that for a sec just reminded me of like really savory, like umami notes, like almost like a bit of like sometimes people like sweaty or something like that. Like you can get that with Nelson too. Yeah, like sweaty dankness. And then on top of all that stuff, lots of vibrant, bright, like passion fruit, like juicy mango, some stone fruits. Also a little bit into that, like, maybe not all the way, but a little bit of that, like, Monstera Deliciosa I sometimes talk about. And definitely also, like, Thai basil. But fuck, it's so dank. This is crazy. I don't think I've ever smelled a beer that smells this much just, like, straight fucking cannabis. It's just nuts. It smells really good, though. Let's try it. Cheers, and thanks to Beer Dome for the beer. It smells so much like... Did they put weed in this? What the hell? Like, this really tastes like fucking weed. Like, did they put nuggets of weed in this? What is... Holy shit. That is just crazy. That must be because it's citraterpenes. I don't think I've ever had a hazy IPA that tasted like this. Ever. It just tastes like fucking weed. There's lots of fruitiness to it as well. Loads of juiciness. But there's so much fucking... Like, this is like drinking weed almost. So you can feel this is massively saturated. But it's not like burning, like crazy scripping going down. But again, I also didn't shake this can. I'm sure there's definitely a lot of gunk in the bottom. But I didn't shake this. I didn't roll it to stir it up. Right now, it just has some bite, which is nice. I love that in hazies, that kind of bite that you can get from saturation of hops. But it shouldn't be so much that it's just like, oh, like when you're drinking, it's like that just burning your entire throat. But this is just obscenely fucking... This is the most dank hazy IPA I've ever had. The fact that this just smells like straight... It smells a bit like that multi-fruit juice thing in this, but it's like you dunked in nuggets of weed. That is fucking cool. Like, the fact that it just tastes like straight weed. It's crazy. I want to jump back now. This just seems like a glass of fucking breakfast juice now coming from this. Like, especially on the aroma. And feels very very light-bodied. Well, of course, it's a lower ABV beer, but this is just fucking crazy infinite. Goes, holy fuck. Like, it's still got all the things you love about hazy IPAs, and you often talked about dankness, but this actually just tastes like straight fuck. I've said it a million times. I'm going to stop saying it now. But that's like the kind of unique thing about this. But besides all that fucking just pure nuggets of weed, it's got the same kind of juiciness and fruitiness like this. Like, they have some crazy citra at this brewery. Like, it has like this really vibrant medley of all kinds of fruits. It's like that multi-fruit kind of juice blend. There's like a lot of sweet citrus. There's a lot of sweeter tropical fruit, but bright tropical fruit. And this drives more on like really bright notes because it's so saturated. So there's more like bright pineapple to this. There's more like passion fruity type notes, almost like a little bit of a tangy, kind of sharp, citrusy vibe that's a bit more lemony or something. But then there's definitely also underlining all those flavors. There's like the juiciness where it's like sweeter stone fruit and some of those more sweeter, juicy fruit like mango and stuff like that. And also like some of the oranges. But those seem like more softer notes, whereas the big top notes on this is like straight fucking kush and then bright tropical fruit and then some of that like also spicy Thai basil kind of notes. I don't think it has too much of that Monstera Deliciosa I talk about often. I think that's often like very much a Southern Hemisphere thing. But this is just like, I can't believe how much this smells like weed. Also a bit of like that sweatiness. This is just the craziest version I've had of this beer. These are awesome fucking hoppy beers. Really awesome stuff. I love the whole Ghost series. They're really good. Ghost in the Machine beers from Parish. And these are equally awesome. I think we found a favorite for me in Infinite Ghost. But Baby Ghost is also really nice. So I'm thinking this one is really good. 93, something like that. Really nice, sessionable hazy IPA. But Infinite Ghost is really fucking cool. I've never had a IPA this dank. This is so fucking good haze. I can't believe how dank this is. So yeah, I was debating a 94, 95 on this. I'm thinking like it could be early world class, maybe a small 95. I'm sure I would be 95 plus higher if it was fresher than this can, because this can is pushing 3 months. It's 2 months and a couple days, I think, when I'm drinking it. And it's still plenty fresh and vibrant flavor-wise. But I think if I had this in like 4 weeks, I'd be like, fuck. I would be totally going nuts. Just like with the Fiden's Orchid I had recently, which was just fucking insane. What a Nelson banger. If you were not already going to Louisiana to eat and check out the culinary scene, you also need to go there now for beer and drink some Parish. So yeah, 93 for Baby Ghost, fucking 95. Early world class for Infinite Ghost. This is fucking great haze. It still happens once in a while where I get haze where I'm like, yes, this is awesome. And that's the case with this one. Nice stuff. So if you guys had a chance to try either of the two, let me know. And as always, comment, subscribe to the Facebook fan page, Twitter, and Instagram. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and ring the bell for future notifications about videos. And I'm going to say cheers in my favorite Infinite Ghost. And see you guys in the beer review.